Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video and welcome back to F1 Manager. Yes, we're back today, jumping in not with the Alfa Romeo career mode. Today we are jumping in with some of the all-new exclusive scenario modes inside the game. Now, if you're watching this on my main Matt212 channel, this is going to be the last F1 Manager video you see on the channel because I've decided, the views weren't quite where I wanted them to be. It doesn't seem like there's a huge interest for F1 Manager content on my main channel. So for those, couple of thousand of you that are interested in watching this game a lot more and obviously want to see some gameplay from it still, what I'm going to be doing is trying to bring more regular episodes, but over on my Matt212 Plays channel. So if you're watching this on my main channel, there'll be a link top of the description where you can come over and sub to this channel. Like I said, it's not quite going to be daily F1 Manager videos, but it is going to be a little bit more regularly than we've been able to achieve up to this point. And what it's also going to allow me to do is have some flexibility with making some other fun videos that I want to from inside F1 Manager as well there. At the time of recording, we're close to like 700 subs on that channel. I haven't uploaded to it in years. It used to be a place where I was uploading Forza Horizon content. So yeah, maybe, if you're on my main channel, go check it out. Give us a sub down there. It would be greatly appreciated. But what we're going to be basically doing today then is jumping in with the first of the exclusive scenarios inside F1 Manager 23. Now, the Frontier development team are adding more of these slowly but surely as the game goes on, but I kind of wanted to jump into them, sort of see what they were all about. Hopefully going to be quite good fun and will allow us to do some different things with the game as well. There obviously we've got the pre-order exclusives. We have obviously got some of the other exclusive scenarios as well, and obviously, like you can see, for example, the Matador, that has been added more recently. So fun little challenges that will run alongside the Alfa Romeo career mode. I think looking at what I've seen around like Reddit and stuff, that series is going to be quite a grind. So today, we're going to be jumping in with the Viva Haas Vegas challenge there. Haas have high hopes for Las Vegas in front of an American crowd, and like a dream come true, a late safety car has left Nico Hülkenberg in a fortunate position, with his fresh soft tyres giving him a pace advantage over the field, channel Gunther's tenacity and deliver the team's first podium. So we've got 12 laps to do this, of course, here in the all-new Vegas circuit. It's going to be the first time I see the Vegas circuit inside F1 Manager 23 as well, so let's head down to the track. So here we are then, the Viva Haas Vegas. Like we said, either one of our drivers, the goal is to try and finish P4 here. By the sounds of it, Hülkenberg is going to be the driver you want finishing in that position. But let's start this race moment then. So Magnussen is P5. Hülkenberg, though, is on a fresh set of the soft compounded tyres here, but starting in P9. So we're actually in a very good position as we head into the final few laps then of this GP. Safety car looks to be still out at the moment. You can see we haven't quite closed up to the safety car at this stage of the day. So yeah, let's just get this thing going then. And to be honest, what I'm actually going to do now, I'll keep... actually, yeah, let's just bring Magnussen. Has only got one set of the soft compound tyres left available to him, so Alonso is also going to be peeling into the pit lane there, as well as Esteban Ocon behind us, so plenty of cars actually are going to be heading down into the pit lane then. You can see Hülkenberg is planning on staying out there then, of course, has been able to capitalise on that safety car window, of course, must have recently stopped just beforehand then. But yeah, basically what I'm going to be doing then with F1 Manager, of course, as it shifts over onto this channel is, it's not going to be as, highly edited as the main channel videos that we've done in the past. So, it's going to be sort of a bit more chill, a bit more sort of sitting back, relaxing, not quite sort of as intensely commentated as it has been there. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think this is going to be sort of hopefully a good video to kind of set the tone for obviously what we're going to be expecting, because truth be told, I do really enjoy F1 Manager. It's just obviously doesn't quite suit, I think, how a lot of people like to consume YouTube videos. Then, so you can see Charles Leclerc even leading the way ahead of Perez and Carlos Sainz there. Verstappen and Russell are two big hitters that are out of the Grand Prix. So let's just start simming forward then and wait for the safety car to be heading back towards the pit lane. We should have really been trying to save some fuel, save some battery, everything like that as well here late on, just obviously to make sure that we've got everything we could possibly want into the final few laps then of the GP. As you can see, There we go, our engineer just confirming then that the ERS is in fact fully charged. But safety car then is going to be coming in at the end of this lap. So we're going to be able to go on full deployment then, ready off the restart course. Might have to try and manage just the tyres ever so slightly right towards the end of this race. But yeah, Hulkenberg up in P5. He needs to try and get the better of Hamilton pretty much immediately off the bat then, as Alonso is on a set of the hard compound tyres ready for this restart. But Charles Leclerc then is going to be leading the field away as we head in towards the final couple of corners here. And it's basically now down to the Ferrari to decide when to go. And there we go, Charles Leclerc has gone for it then as we head in towards the final corner here. Nico Hulkenberg, we need to make sure that he is going in confident here. So what we're going to tell him is we're going to go for high risk overtakes. You know, we've got to try it. We'll give, I mean, you don't really ever need to tell Magnussen the same thing, but we're going to tell him anyway. And hopefully, obviously, we're going to be able to try and shift forward towards the front of the group then. Of course, we only need P4. You know, we don't need to win this race or anything like that. But, you know, first video here on the channel, obviously doing this. I'd love to be able to take that win there as Magnussen, you can see already, trying to line up a move on Fernando Alonso here. And I think, yeah, what we might have to do, of course, is go on the deploy here, try and get past Hamilton as soon as possible. Just because I think, obviously, it's going to be very much a question of obviously trying to get ahead of the Merc and then just trying to hang there, obviously, in the DRS of the other cars. So, yeah, are we going to see Hulkenberg able to get just a little bit closer in towards the end of Sector 2 here? Of course, I'm kind of basing all my experience of this circuit from F123, so interesting, of course, all the nuances and differences between F1 Manager and the F123 game. And, of course, you know, when we get to see this track in real life, it'll be interesting to see which one is more realistic then. You can see Hulkenberg then not quite able to get close enough to Lewis Hamilton. Of course, we haven't had the DRS re-enabled just yet, but are we going to see a high-risk overtake then as we head down towards the end of the back straight? No, we're not. So we'll leave him in neutral for now then. As you can see, Magnussen still just sat a little bit further back. But yeah, might just be worth waiting for the DRS to be re-enabled, of course, inside the final couple of laps here. As you can see now, yeah, Magnussen hanging on there, Ocon hanging on to his coattails as well, but DRS then will be re-enabled, so now we can really try and go for it then as we head down in towards the final sector once again. Hamilton temporarily has lost the DRS there. I don't quite know where the detection point is around this circuit, but this time around we're going to try and get Hulkenberg to go for the move then, and Hamilton, you can see, has still got the DRS, but he is running a little bit slower as we head down the back straight here. So Nico Hulkenberg is going to dive to the outside of Lewis Hamilton down the back straight. You can see they're pretty even when it comes to top-end speed there, as both of them losing distance to Charles Leclerc at the front of the field. Are we going to see Hulkenberg able to complete the move there around the outside of Lewis Hamilton? No, he's not just yet there, so he's going to have to try and once again go for it off of the corner here. Are we going to see a switch to the inside? No, Hamilton's going to defend from that as Magnussen trying to get to the inside of Fernando Alonso just behind them. So Magnussen then go on, try and get down the inside. Yes, he will. That beautiful little diving manoeuvre to the inside. And Magnussen as well takes fastest lap bonus point as well then at the moment. But still, Hulkenberg is sat behind Lewis Hamilton here. You can see weaving this way and that as he tries to complete the move there. But Hamilton's still inside the DRS of the cars in front of him. Can we try and find a manoeuvre down around the outside in towards the next couple of corners here? It's lap 44 against LH44, and now we've done it. We are through and into P4 then late on in the day here in the Vegas Grand Prix. So we're now in prime position, meaning where we need to be. But come on, surely we can try and get Nico Hulkenberg his first ever Formula 1 podium here as we head in towards the final 5 laps or so. We'll go back on the deploy again. It looks like Perez maybe now has lost the DRS to Charles Leclerc in front of him, so that would be rather handy as well. You know, just allows, you know, the cars to sort of bottle up, if you will. You know, if Perez is a bit of a cork in the bottle level, I think he's just about been able to hang inside the ranges. Now we'll let Hulkenberg go for a run on Lewis Hamilton as well, just a little bit further back. Perez, though, has been able to maintain the DRS, but look at Nico Hulkenberg. This Haas car, very, very quick down the straights there, and he's going to be trying to have a look to the outside of Carlos Sainz in towards the final couple of corners. So much later on the brakes than the Spaniard is able to go, and are we going to be able to keep the cars side by side there? Not able to do anything on the exit once again. It looks like Hamilton, though, has dropped outside of the DRS range here, so it would be perfect if we could use Kevin Magnussen as a bit of a rear gunner, but to the outside, round in the final corner. Unable to make anything happen just yet on Carlos Sainz, as you can see his driver confidence coming down ever so slightly. How do I make him take even bigger gambles late on in the day? I don't want to avoid high-risk curbs. We absolutely want to try and attack those as best as possible, as Hamilton's still somehow inside the DRS here. But can we get down the outside? We did it one lap ago. Are we going to be able to pull off a second move here around the outside? No. Hulkenberg will just have to sit back for now, so we'll put him back into top up. No, he's not. He's going to try to look down the inside of Carlos Sainz. And Nico Hulkenberg potentially up into the podium places here late on in the day. Hamilton just watching this battle unfold just in front of him as down the inside will go once again through the exit of the corner. And Hulkenberg's only gone and done it there. We're still side by side, I think. No, Carlos Sainz forced to back out in the end, so that is absolutely perfect at the moment. As are we going to see Perez trying to go for a move as well on Charles Leclerc at the front of the field. We need to try and save a little bit of battery as we head in towards the final few laps, though, of this GP still. Looks like the top 6 have really been able to break away quite nicely. But yeah, fuel is going to be absolutely fine. We can continue to push on the fuel right the way through to the checkered flag here, but it's just going to be a question of trying to manage the tyres and manage the batteries. You can see, yeah, Hulkenberg all the way down to next to nothing there, but Perez trying to look around the outside of Charles Leclerc. They're unable to make it happen down in towards the final couple of corners. We've still got to be careful, though, of Carlos Sainz behind us. Magnussen, yeah, hasn't quite been able to make the impact on this top 6 just yet. But of course, all our focus really is on Hulkenberg at the moment. We'll have to put him up into harvest, as we're clearly not saving enough battery at the moment. So maybe it'll be a question of as we head into the final 2 laps or so here. But that being said, we've got to make sure we don't lose the DRS either at the moment. As you can see that grip Hulkenberg has got those. We head out in the first couple of turns, really able to capitalise, and is still looking to try and get a run on Sergio Perez down the back straight. He's going to get a bit boxed in as Sergio tries to look around the outside of Charles Leclerc for the lead of the Grand Prix. Magnussen, yet still just sitting back, waiting patiently, but are we going to see Perez complete the move for the lead of the race? They're still side by side as they make their way in towards the middle sector there. Wouldn't see the AI on F123 able to do this, but Hulkenberg is still just hanging on. Perez has gained the lead, though. And are we going to see Hulkenberg, are we just going to try and go for a huge push on the final lap of this race? Are we going to see Hulkenberg? He almost eyed up a move there down the inside of Leclerc, down the back straight. So really, Nico Hulkenberg absolutely vibing at the moment in the car. He's feeling good, and I reckon there's still an opportunity for a win here as we head in towards the final 4 laps or so. We'll just sim forward ever so slightly, make sure we're still hanging on inside that DRS as best as possible, which we are. And you can just see now, with 3 laps to go then of the GP, we'll bring them both back over to neutral, and we will get ready to push again right towards the end of the race there. Looks like Magnussen's actually dropped back behind Fernando Alonso, so clearly Magnussen's struggling ever so slightly on the tyres, and that's not a good omen for Nico Hulkenberg late on in the day. We'll just try and, yeah, the tyres on 59%, they should be fine. They should still last here. As you can see, Perez and Leclerc, their tyres are absolutely wrecked at the end of this thing, so there is still absolutely a chance to try and make something happen here. Still got 1.1 kilos of extra fuel as well, as Perez and Leclerc again will go side by side. So I think if we want to try and do anything, we're actually going to have to try and make a double overtake here as we get ready to head down onto the back straight. So I'm going to put the car into full attack mode for Nico Hulkenberg at the moment. Then you can see Perez, his tyres down to 30%. Charles Leclerc's not much better at 32. We've still got quite a bit of life left in ours, as I don't know how Magnussen has been so much worse on the tyre management than Hulkenberg has been, but you can see now Leclerc weaving this way and that, trying to look around Checo Perez once again as we head down the back straight. Are we going to see, though, Hulkenberg able to get a run on the pair of them? He's gone into deploy. This is going in towards now or never territory, and you can see once again just how quick this Haas car is there. Tucks back into the slipstream of Charles Leclerc. Both of them are going to be closing in on Sergio Perez, though, as we head down the back straight. Leclerc feels a little bit penned in here, as here goes Nico Hulkenberg down the inside of one. Can he get down the inside of the second one? Yes, he can. And Nico Hulkenberg, a beautiful double overtake into the lead of the Las Vegas Grand Prix with just 2 laps to go here over the afternoon. We've got to keep using the battery. We've got to keep trying to pull away from Sergio Perez just behind us there. We'll put it back into neutral, but Hulkenberg now to the front of the field here. Could Haas be on for their very first win in Formula 1. Apparently, there's still a little bit of a bug in the game that allows you to actually mix the tyres quicker when they're warmer still, you know, even if apparently they're overheating inside the game as well. But Hulkenberg has done it, and look at that, he's instantly got a 1.1 second lead over Sergio Perez as well then. So those guys now stuck, duking it out with each other late on in the day. Magnussen even almost into the back of Lewis Hamilton as well there. So we're going to put him into the attack mode as soon as we possibly can. Then may as well leave him trying to push right towards the end of the races. It looks like Hulkenberg at the front of the field is really just able to eke out that gap at the moment. I mean, could we get both cars inside the top 4 by the end of this GP then? Nico Hulkenberg 1.7 seconds clear now, streaking away at the front of the field. You absolutely love to see it, but now we've got to try and put Magnussen up into the deploy. He knows he's got to try and push for it. Alonso making good progress as well here, as everyone's old set of the medium compound tyres are absolutely falling off the cliff here. Hamilton, he's got nothing as we head out onto the back straight there. Surely Magnussen is going to be able to try and get a run around the outside of the Mercedes car here as we head down in towards the final few corners, the final big braking zone there. You can see Alonso trying to do the same move as what Hulkenberg did just one lap prior. As are we going to get Magnussen down around the outside? Hamilton, I thought for just a brief moment there, was going to lock up in towards the final couple of corners, but Magnussen has done it, and now up into P6 then once again of the GP. Alonso seems to be our biggest threat as we head into the final lap then of this Grand Prix. Nico Hulkenberg is still leading here in Vegas. Will Alonso be able to hang on ahead of those cars just behind him? Are we going to see Magnussen still able to make any more moves as we'll try and see if we can get a run on Carlos Sainz through the first couple of corners here? You can see practically pushing the Ferrari along there, but we will now be able to try and get to the inside of the Spaniard. Once again, it's going to require a huge diving maneuver to get to the inside of Carlos. Incredibly close between the Dane and the Spaniard, but still we're just trying to use the battery wherever he can on this final lap there. Magnussen, you know, he knows he's got to go for big aggressive overtakes here right at the end of the afternoon. It might not be P4, but we might still be able to try and get P5 when all is said and done here. But Hulkenberg streaking out in front, clear away at the front of the field. Are we going to allow Hulkenberg to really try and get a run on Carlos Sainz as he's losing time to Charles Leclerc just in front of him? Doesn't, you know, going for a dive bomb down there is incredibly brave, and, you know, probably the risk is not worth the reward here. But Kevin Magnussen, as we head in towards our final great overtaking opportunity here, goes left, goes right on Carlos Sainz there. He's trying just to pull alongside the Ferrari as he's pretty much run out of battery at this stage of the lap. Are we going to be able to try and make a diving maneuver to the inside? No, Sainz just able to hang on in front of us there. But Nico Hulkenberg rounding the final couple of corners here in Las Vegas. It's not only going to be a first podium for him and Haas, but it's going to be a win at that. And Hulkenberg in towards the final corner. He will win the inaugural Las Vegas Grand Prix there. Magnussen unable to try and get to Carlos Sainz in the end. He'll come through for P6. But what a race and what a result.
Hulkenberg wins it. It's Nico Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg comes in first.
Without doubt, a stellar performance. Something that'll be seen as a real highlight this season.
It's a checker flag, mate.
Nico Hulkenberg's put it all together for the perfect drive today.
An inspired strategy from the team there. What a well-deserved win that was.
Oh, that's a wonderful scene. The team getting their first chance to congratulate their driver on a job well done. It's been a brilliant day for Hulkenberg, sealing a top 3 finish in today's race. And there's not much that rivals the Las Vegas Grand Prix when it comes to the podium presentation. And that's about it for this weekend here.
Make sure to join us again next time as we prepare for another weekend of exhilarating Grand Prix action.
I'm not quite sure what the game was doing right there at the end, but there we go. Challenge completed on our first one here of F1 Manager on this channel. Nico Hulkenberg with the dub. Unfortunately, yeah, couldn't quite get Magnussen there as well, but what can we say? Fantastic way to kickstart this new sort of adventure, if you will. I'm tempted to post up all of our F1 Manager 22 videos as well on this channel in the interim, so you know F1 Manager is all in one place there. But there we go. We have completed our first scenario here of F1 Manager 23. Like I said, you know, I'm going to be trying to disperse these in between some of the career mode videos, and maybe I'll do some other challenges and series as well in the future. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very, very soon with more F1 Manager 23 content. A massive thank you to my Patreon supporters that you can see currently on your screens. If you want to join them from as little as £1 a month, it would be massively appreciated and you help support my work. You also get access to weekly updates from myself with everything going on behind the scenes with the channel. But yeah, a massive thank you to the names you see on your screen, and we'll be back very soon with a brand new video.